Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Wednesday, November 13th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. And guess what? It's my 700th episode, 700 interviews. I want to say thank you all so much for your love and unconditional support, for supporting this platform, for tuning in on a daily, making sure that you tune in to see what is the latest fashions, what is the latest everything that is going on. Now, it's a lot going on right now. America is Americaing, all right? As everybody would say it. I hope you all are staying sane and doing well. Thank you all so much for your unconditional love, your unconditional support, whether it's to see the fashions, whether it's to see the hair, whether it's to see the makeup, the glamour. I want to say thank you all so much for your unconditional support. Today, it's so much that has happened so far. Um, where do I begin? Where do I even begin? Um, Matt Gaetz is the new Attorney General. Not only that, but Tulsi Gabbard is the Director of National Intelligence. Not only that, but Marco Rubio is the Secretary of State. Can this nightmare get any worse than it already is? I mean, make it make sense, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the congratulations. Wow, we have been going nonstop back to back on a daily. And I want to say thank you all for tuning in every day to see the amazing guests, the amazing fashions, the amazing everything. We're going to keep rocking this thing till the wheels fall off. And I'm going to keep delivering the truth to y'all unapologetically. No cap, you know. And another major ruling was made today that this individual that is running for president cannot go out and attack the free press. I guess I would be considered as a journalist in some sort of way, and I speak in opposition. Now it looks like today they shook hands. Biden and Trump shook hands today, and yeah, goodbye American democracy. I know a lot of people are talking about midterms, but guess what? This man said that he's going to stay in power. He's going to stay in the White House. And in fact, he said in 2020 he shouldn't have left. So what we going to do then? A lot of people are already talking about moving abroad, and I'm thinking at this point that might not be too bad. Me and my mom have already had conversations about that. So I'm going to go on ahead and send this live to my very special guest today so that he can help me also make sense of this. This is crazy, y'all. Our democracy is gone. Thank you, Dev. I see Dev Martell from Talks with Myself. He's going to be coming back on the show pretty soon. So you guys stay tuned for that. And he also has his own talk show. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on that. It's a lot going on. It's just like this nightmare is never ending. It's something new every single day. And he also selected a Fox News host as what is the Department of Homeland Security. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. So to help me celebrate my 700th interview and episode, back for his second interview today. Hi, Deshaun. Hi, everybody. Let's welcome award-winning actor, producer, mogul. He does it all. Let's welcome back to the dollhouse, Christian Barber. I am.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, how you
Welcome
doing?
back.
Right.
I'm
Congratulations
holding up.
on
I'm
700.
hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. But how are you
I'm,
doing?
I'm I'm hanging in. I'm ready to fight. You know what I mean?
And a fight indeed is ahead of us. I was just talking to the audience about that. But before we get into that, you have a project that is coming up. But since our very first interview, we touched on a number of things in our very first interview. What has happened since then?
Ooh. I mean, I have a show coming out. I'm not sure. It should be in the beginning next year for Amazon. Once that gets closer, I can get more details of that. Other than that, just three kids in school. So just trying to make sure that I'm prepared for whatever's on the horizon for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, I'm a firm believer in when times get tough, you got to figure out a way that you're gonna make it through for you and yours. You know what I'm saying? And bring everybody with you. So I'm just planning that right now.
See, I was trying not to go into it, but it's Christian making me do it so bad. Y'all know how I feel about this man getting back in power in the White House. Okay, today is since it's the 700th episode, I'm really gonna let loose and tell everybody exactly how I feel.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a headphone because I want to hear you clear.
Y'all holding back. Go get your snacks and get your popcorns because I'm gonna be swearing and all of that and it's all coming out in today's episode. Today, I have so many thoughts. Whew.
All right.
Let me. I have to take a deep breath for this one. Okay, wait for Christian to get his headphones in. And you guys, y'all waiting on it. Y'all in the audience, y'all wait.
Good. Go for
Oh my God.
it. Let loose.
The night that I found out that our beautiful Madam Vice President Kamala Harris did not win this election, I was devastated. Where was I the night and what time I woke up to find out that he was the president-elect? It was 3:46 a.m. in the morning because I always get up around that time to do my prayer and affirmations. I don't know, it's just a thing I always do. And a hunch woke me up out of my sleep, and my phone was on the floor because I always try to keep my phone away from me. And I picked my phone up, and I see, congratulations, President-elect Donald J. Trump. I'm like, wait, what? And so as the counts for the votes began to come in, I was like, yeah, it's not looking too good. He's
Mhm.
got Pennsylvania. He's got Wisconsin. He's got Michigan. He's got Georgia. And he's got North Carolina. I said, this isn't looking too good. And who was it? It was Steve Kornacki, who was like tallying up the votes as they were coming and they were rolling in. So I had no clue that we were going to find out that night that a president-elect was going to be elected. So the next few days, we see what goes on. The congratulate the I can't even get it out. The congratulatory post and the celebration and the cabinet selections we're seeing throughout this week. Um, I said, okay, America has definitely shown us who America is, and I must say that all of my viewers that are here watching us in this interview right now, as well as myself, Christian included, we all rallied behind Kamala Harris, not because she was a woman or not because she was black, but because we knew she was going to do the right thing. This individual, as Christian just stated, he has children, wants to dismantle the Department of Education that's been around for years. So I said, goodbye, democracy. This is the night democracy died. And I also noticed that it could hurt her campaign when I seen the anti-trans ads come out. Not only that, but the misogyny, the downright misogyny, the racism. I'm devastated. I'm shocked. I'm angry that we now have this orange son of a bitch back in the White House. And for one thing, there are no guardrails there to stop him. There's nobody there stepping up to the plate to stop him. I'm a little angry at some of the people from my party, the Democratic Party, some of the progressives, 15 million who chose to sit out when I deliberately told you guys, do not vote the couch. You went on ahead and protest because of what was going on in Palestine and Gaza. Guess what now? West Bank, you can kiss that goodbye. That's lakefront property for him. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Some of y'all went and sat out in protest. And I've seen some of the TikTok videos of y'all telling people deliberately vote for Donald Trump. Do not vote for Kamala Harris. If you vote for her, you are not welcome in our community. And these are Arab and Muslim voters in Michigan who voted for Donald Trump. And I'm not done with the ninjas that sat up here, the 22% of ninjas that said they're going to vote for Trump. Well, guess what? When they bring back stop and frisk, you're going to be the first target. you're going to be the first target. And as a black woman, that's why I put up my soft girl era post today. Today, I'm choosing to sit back because I'm not coming to no rallies. I'm not protesting. I've got things. I done did all the marching I done advocated. I done been vocal on my platform, using my platform. And now I'm terrified there's a target on my back. Well, there's something in place. A federal judge blocked something so he wouldn't go after and attack the free press. But anything can happen. Just wait till your number is called. Right. And to the black men out here that are supporting Donald Trump, shame on you. Because guess what? Women birthed the world. And you decided to vote against the women that are in your life. So that means if your girlfriend or your daughter or whoever is bleeding out in a parking lot, they will have no reproductive health care. Because this man said that he was going to do a national abortion ban. It's going to be worldwide. And guess who's in charge of health care? The nightmare doesn't get any better, y'all. Robert F. Kennedy is in charge of y'all's health care. And he said he's going to let him go crazy with health care. Another thing, I'm seeing these posts with men saying, your body, my choice. Whoopi Goldberg is her birthday today. Happy birthday. Well, she says, say it to my face. But I'm going to say it to this because someone did a post on X. I've left X, and a lot of people are leaving X. He is using X for Russian propaganda to help Donald Trump. Right. And a lot of people are starting to leave X. I think it is time for us to start supporting Black-owned businesses. I'm going to touch on that in a second. But the statement of your body, my choice. Guess what? I'm Lorena Bobbitt in this bitch. So your balls, my earrings. Mm-hmm. Try me if you want to. And I know a lot of rage and anger. I feel your sadness. I feel your despair. I feel all of these things that you guys that you're feeling. I'm overwhelmed by it too. I'm terrified. You guys are messaging me. And if I can be a calmness or a beacon of light into anybody's life right now, I tell you, hang in there. We got this. Black people, we've survived the worst of everything. But we're going to be all right. Kendrick Lamar stated that. We're going to be all right. We just got to make sure that we save up. And Uncle Luke from the 2 Live crew made an excellent point. I think it is time, since they want to get rid of the Department of Education, I think it is time for us to start purchasing our own charter schools. I think it is time for us to start teaching our children the real history. Oh, I hadn't forgot one more thing yet either. White reparations, Donald? Reparations for white people? Since when did white people get reparations in this country? We know who this country was built by. It was built by us. Our ancestors built this country, Black people. And you want to give goddamn white people reparations. We know the real history of this country. Our ancestors fought blood and tears, Black people. And you want to prosecute Black colleges because they're not letting white students in. Read the room. The language is right there. It's historically Black colleges and universities for a reason. And the reason why he's wanting to dismantle the Department of Education to keep people dumb. Anything that is woke, like how I guess I'm too radical or too woke. Oh, you want to erase that? You want to wipe that completely out of school. And then you want to replace the Constitution with the 10th Commandments. I don't really dive into everyone's spirituality. Me and Deshaun, who's in the comments now, we've been talking about this. Everybody's spirituality is different. You believe what you want to believe. But let me tell you what Project 2025 is going to do. And to the Latino men that voted for him, I got something for y'all's asses too. I ain't done. No, it's off with everybody's heads that voted for this fool. You voted against your own interests. You jeopardized the life of your own family because this man said mass deportations on day one. And who do you think that's going to impact? That's not only going to impact the people that you wanted out of this country, but y'all going to be up out of here too. Your family, everybody, they're getting them all up out of here. So what Project 2025 really is to make America white, straight, and male again. I've warned y'all. I've told y'all time and time again on my platform. I said, everybody get on board. Come on, let's get Kamala in office. Let's push over the finish line. And y'all been seeing the work out here strenuously with me keeping y'all updated on this woman. But I'm not chastising the audience. I'm chastising the 15 million that sat their asses at home on the couch, or that was considering giving Jill Stein a vote. Because guess what? Jill Stein and Cornel West, they're tied to him too. Now, to the Latino men that sat out here and voted for Donald Trump, guess what? Y'all's ass is about to be up out of here too, and I'll be happy to give ICE a call. Mm-hmm. This is what happens when you let misogyny, white supremacy, overrule everything. So now we all have to suffer the wrath of this man's tyranny, and he's not going to stop at the people that are in opposition to him. He's going to go after Joe Biden. Joe Biden just shook his hands today, and I said, you know what? You just shook hands with the devil, because this man has a whole enemies list. He's going to go after Madam VP Kamala Harris. He's going to go after Joe Biden. He's going to go after President Barack Obama. And it's not going to stop there. Anybody who donated to Kamala Harris, he's also going to go after as well, too. And midterms, you can kiss that goodbye. To anybody how he just talking about, oh, midterms 2026, this man has vowed that he is never going to leave. Trump got 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in a casket. He's 78 years old. What makes you think that he is going to last this long in the White House? And guess who the presidency goes to next? I'll give y'all a wild guess. Couch fucker Vance, JD Vance. It goes to him. That's just how any presidential tradition works, because, see, Joe Biden was President Obama's vice president. And you see how that transition of power worked out? Joe Biden handed it over to Kamala Harris. And unfortunately, we thought she was going to win, and she did. It winds up going to Donald Trump, who is now, ladies and gentlemen, your dictator of the United States. We no longer have a democracy. That's gone. So the resistance starts now. And I'm seeing the people who didn't show up to the polls, the ones who were sitting down in opposition because of Palestine and Gaza, getting out here in the streets and protesting. Yeah, go ahead and protest now, because when his orange ass is sworn in office, you won't be able to do half of that, what you're doing right now. And it's sad, but it's true at the same time. If only those 15 million would have got up and put those votes in. Another thing, ballot boxes were set on fire. Why didn't y'all look into that? Why are we not looking into that? Because a lot of people like to dominate other people's sexual orientation as well, too. Exactly. And a perfect example of that, Deshaun, would be House Speaker Mike Johnson, who monitors his son's pornography. Oh, that's another thing. Your leisure time, what you do in the intimacy of your bedroom with adult entertainment, pornography, that's gone too. Yeah, America is a democracy, not a republic. Now we're going to be looking like Turkey and Hungary and Russia. And yes, they don't support no-fault divorce. So ladies, if you're in an abusive marriage, JD Vance them wants you to stay in that abusive marriage. Ain't no divorce. They want you to work it out for the sake of the children. Mm-hmm. And to the ones that deliberately stab black people in the back, y'all stabbed us in the back. Just when we think when y'all can have some sort of allyship with us, that we're trying to save democracy, y'all would go into the voting booths and y'all would vote for this fascist. And now, here's the bright side of it, Christian, and I'm gloating right now because I love it so much. Guess what's coming up, y'all? Thanksgiving.
Mm.
Some people won't get a Thanksgiving invite to Thanksgiving dinner with their families because they voted for Trump. Hmm. I love every minute of it. I'm seeing the TikTok videos of y'all crying these white tears. And white women, y'all can save your goddamn blue bracelets or whatever the hell that is. Because y'all have showed us, 53% of y'all have showed us who you are. Time and time again. You can't trust no Becky. Uh-uh. No. And to the white men, y'all have also showed who y'all are as well too. I literally had a classmate who I was in kindergarten with, and then come to find out, he's a Trump supporter all along. So I must say one thing that this election has taught us, it has taught us who people truly are in real time and how they think about people who don't look like them in real time. And now they have somebody who emboldens their racism, their bigotry, their misogyny. Dennis is back to 1906 again, where again these men, yeah, it's probably gonna have to come down to that, Deshaun, where women are literally going to have to defend themselves, and more women are purchasing firearms by the day. So you can try to grab the right woman if you want to. You really gonna find out. Follow up his lead if you want to, and I love it. I love the resistance that women are pushing back, saying it's a movement called 4B in China. And these women heard about what's going on down here in the United States with reproductive rights and healthcare. And they're saying they're going to sustain away from men. They're going to sustain away from intimacy, everything. My body, my choice. So y'all seen the movie Chirac. Fellas, don't be surprised if your woman is withholding the cookie, if you know what I mean. I love it. I love the resistance because women, we've come a long way. They even want to take away the 19th Amendment that has granted women the right to vote. Did y'all know that the women couldn't get credit cards unless their husbands signed for it? And I've seen the videos of y'all sharing of our beautiful Madam Vice President Kamala Harris cooking. Yes, she can throw out, she can cook. But y'all are saying that this is where a woman should be. When there are literally women who are presidents in other countries. Have y'all seen Mexico? Guess who the president is there? It's a woman. Women are prime ministers in other countries and presidents in other countries as well too. This would have been our first woman president, but because of y'all's racism and misogyny to the ones that voted, not my audience. My audience was all Kamala. They wanted Kamala.
We are
But
actually the only developed country that hasn't had a female president.
vice president, yeah, she's still the vice president.
We haven't had.
And
We're the
y'all,
only that have not had a female leader. We're the only of the industrialized free countries. Canada, everybody else just had a female leader except us.
and look how far their country has gotten. Their country's on the right track because women know how to keep things organized. Not male bashing here, but
I think America. It takes advantage of the fact that it has a limited history, so it can pretend that it made a history. It started in this year and it goes from there, and they control the message. So all of these other places, a lot of countries have been and they've been through these things and they've kind of had realizations, whereas America's still stuck in this bubble. And here we are.
misogyny. Don't come crying to us for nothing. Don't do it. Black women are sitting out saying get somebody else to do it, and I'm one of those black women. I'm saying get somebody else to do it because y'all have seen me give y'all information, tools you need, what you need to do, all that. I'm tired. I'm gonna be out here getting my nails done, my hair done, all of that, and taking care of myself and hosting this platform and looking damn good doing it. Y'all can have that because we try to form some sort of allyship with y'all, and y'all go out here and y'all stab black people in the back time and time again. We had him 4 years in 2016, and now this man has vowed that he is not going to leave. So a lot of people are about midterms 2028. No, you can kiss that goodbye. He's got the House, he's got the Senate, he's got the Supreme Court, and there's nobody there to tell him no. We are leaderless right now. And rule number 3 when it comes to fighting an autocracy is institutes will not save you. And as much as we put our faith in these institutions to save us, I don't know what my party, the Democratic Party, is doing behind the scenes, behind closed doors. But I know they're trying to protect all of us and keep us safe from his wrath. There are no guardrails that can stop him. Whereas before you had somebody like General what is it, John Kelly, Mark Milley, all of them who were telling you exactly how dangerous this man is. And yet y'all trolls autocracy over democracy. So now we all gotta fall in line. But black people, we're gonna be all right because we've survived the worst. We're gonna be all right. But y'all over there, y'all can stay over there. Black people tired. And now y'all want to ally up with us. Save your blue bracelets, white women. We don't want them. He might even take away the Black Power movement, like the civil movement. Oh, he's already started doing that, Deshaun. When they say woke or any woke agenda, but guess what? We're gonna keep resisting. We're gonna keep on fighting because that's what a resistance is about. We're not our ancestors. And if any of y'all crazy ass MAGA people get out here threatening and harassing us, oh, trust, we can invoke the spirit of the Alabama Broke Frog tribe. Since we lawless and all. And y'all claim to be the party of law and order, right? This isn't American right here, what he's doing. This is authoritarianism. I knew when the Washington Post refused Jeff Bezos and the Washington Post refused to make an endorsement, I said, this is where democracy dies in darkness. That's what they said. Democracy has died right in front of our eyes in broad daylight. So to anybody who's looking to maintain citizenship in another country, I say go ahead and do it now. I've had thoughts of leaving the country and I've been looking into other countries. But there are some people who are choosing to fight, like Whoopi Goldberg said that she's gonna stay. Wanda Sykes is another one. She says she's gonna stay. How do you think I feel? She says I'm a black lesbian woman in America. How do you think I feel about Trump? Because Jimmy Kimmel asked her. Black people are tired. They tired. I mean, he used, yes, that's another thing. Let me touch on that. The $1 million super PAC bribe. Elon Musk put his thumb on the scales of our election. And I think that also had something to do with this too. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but money is the root of all evil. My mom and me were having a conversation about that earlier. If you flash dollars in people's face, they can do, even though it's dollars ironically on my dress. But if you flash money in people's face, they'll get right along with it. Y'all heard about Clarence Thomas in the Supreme Court. Him and his wife Jenny receiving these gifts. I'm not surprised, Deshaun. Elon Musk is one of the richest men in the world. And now he has oligarchs backing him. So if you want to know how I feel about the election today, you know how I damn feel about it. I'm angry. I'm upset that people's children will not have the rights. The next generation won't even have the rights their parents had, and the next generation on and so forth on. That's out the window. Because y'all want to talk about the economy. You literally sold America out for the price of eggs, gas, and bacon. We have been robbed. Women have been robbed of their freedoms, their reproductive rights. So now we got to go into this dystopian Gilead of an autocracy. Now they're going to monitor. This is what's going to start happening. They are going to start monitoring women's pregnancies. And you better not miscarry. Because you want to know what happens if you miscarry? Let me tell y'all a little story. Sit down for a minute. Get your snacks, get everything, because I'm letting it all out. I'm angry. There's a woman by the name of Maury Marsh down here in Orangeburg, South Carolina, which is like 25 minutes away from me. I have an aunt and a brother and a cousin that live there. She's facing up to 22 years in prison for miscarrying. They was going to charge her with homicide and child abuse, all because she miscarried. And luckily, the judge threw that whole case out. She's out now. But that's what they were going to charge her with. We're in the red state of South Carolina, so women don't have reproductive rights now. And it's going to impact women in red states and women in blue states. This is America with 3 Ks. And they have shown us time and time again. I've even warned you. I've wasted. I feel like I've wasted my breath and my work on this platform to educate people on what's coming. I feel like it's all going down the drain. But this is where we are. And now I'm terrified. I can't even, how do I even continue this platform and report to you guys what's going on and speak freely without fear of being prosecuted or losing my life just for giving y'all the truth? So now I'm going to have to change the tone. But see, if I change the tone, that's bending the knee. We don't bend the knee to fascists and tyrants. We don't do that. He wants to take away CBS and ABC's broadcasting license. CBS has been around for years. Our grandparents would always watch 60 Minutes and all of these shows that are going out here on ABC, The View, and 60 Minutes have been around for years. And now he wants to take away the broadcasting. Well, good news is he can't do that. That's within the networks itself. And CBS makes a lot of money as well, too. So he can go ahead and try, like he filed that $10 billion lawsuit on them in Texas. Plus, there is nothing new. I heard the Native American years many ago both had two spirit people, but it was the name, it was the Native American. Listen, this right here is what they like to call an ethnic cleansing. They want to do away with anybody who has a shade of brown in their skin. So they want to bring back stop and frisk. Reparations for white people is what made me even more angry. I was sort of reluctant about talking about it today on my show, but Christian bought it out of me. So y'all got it. It's like a therapy session. He's the therapist, Christian is the therapist, and I'm just letting it all out. Because I kept it all bottled up inside for the past few days. I've cried, and Deshaun knows I've cried, I'm afraid, I'm scared that I might not even be able to speak and give you guys the truth like I typically would. But I'm going to continue to, because that's what truth tellers do. You got to continue to keep telling people the truth in opposition. But someone said it best in the comments. These are dangerous times to be a person of color or a black person in America right now. And to the Latinos that voted for him saying we want to get the criminals, there wasn't any really no crime going on in right now that I can think of. The economy is doing what she should be doing. And under the Biden administration, you already know what he's going to do when he gets in. He's going to take credit for it. Because Obama handed him a good economy. Well, there were some things that needed critical pushback in theory on that. But he handed him an economy that was good, that was flourishing, that was booming. And he's going to take credit for it. Tariffs, these tariffs that he wants to impose, some of the Trump supporters are starting to find out about that. There's I've seen the searches for tariffs and how can I change my vote? No, baby. Ain't no changing your vote. You sat deliberately in that booth after you had people giving you red flags and warnings not to vote for this man. You can't change no vote. But I've seen the Google searches for that. You get what you voted for. So congratulations. You wanted an autocracy? We are now under an autocracy. And we
I
gonna be
don't think
suffering
people. I
together.
think people don't even really understand. I don't think they know what that even means until they gonna feel it. I think people don't. I think people don't like have the nuance and the ability to look at. It's like you can't see the forest for the trees. You know what I'm saying? Like I think all these people they vote for something because they identify with one thing and they don't even see the things being held behind the back. You know what I mean? So
Much as saying if liberal women are not leaving sex with a man, they are less lesbian so they can be celibate. Well, too late for that. You already got women who are saying they're gonna withhold. Y'all seen Chirac? Women can literally do that. hmm it's an actress, Essence Atkins, and she says she's abstinent, she's celibate, she hasn't been with anybody. So women can do that. We have options. Mhm. So yeah, blue balls sounds pretty good right about now, doesn't it, ladies? So this is where we are. This is where we are. And let me scroll up. Someone said it best in the comments. It was DY718. Inflation is going to rise, especially in their businesses. And they're starting to see it now. And to the farmers out here that voted for Donald Trump, your farm will suffer. Your crops will suffer. hmm You'll have to pay more. I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you because y'all chose to indulge in misogyny. Y'all chose to indulge in white supremacy, which is unfortunate. You have a woman who is clearly qualified, who laid out her plan right here. $25,000 for first-time homeowners. Child care tax credit at $6,000. And y'all were critiquing her hard too because she's a woman and because she's black. But y'all didn't critique him when he flopped his orange ass right there in front of that garbage truck and stumbled. I knew that there was something cognitive. It was something cognitive there. We still don't know what his medical records looks like. Where she has a clean bill of health, we don't know what is all going on with this man. But it's like he was in a straitjacket, restrained, and now the straitjacket has come off, and y'all have let a psychopath back in the White House. And he's going to do and go after anybody, and there is nobody there that can stop him. Lord knows I can't. None of us can. There's not going to be anybody there to tell him no. And the supporters are also finding out the hard way that they were never included. Absolutely. The black ones too. That's what Deshaun is saying in the comments. DY718 to the, and I'm seeing the black gay Trump supporter, this gentleman. Deshaun, what's his name? Type it in the comments because I don't know his name. But he's out here, in Beverly Hills. Yeah, you can enjoy that now. But you're gonna find out the raw. You're gonna find out the right way. You're gonna find out they don't care about you. In your eyes, I mean, in their eyes, you still a nigga at the end of the day. That's his name right there, Ron Smith, and we see him all over TikTok out here shucking and jiving. You sold your people out, and a black woman brought you into this world. I want to know what is the thoughts of these mothers who brought these black men into the world, who are supporting Donald Trump. I'm curious to know. I would love to be a fly on the wall to know. What do their moms think about them supporting somebody who took out a 5-page spread on 5 black and Latino men, calling for the death penalty, bring back the death penalty? The same one who called our motherland S-hole country. The same one when it was the Charlottesville riots going on, who said that it was very fine people on both sides. I would love to know what their parents, their mothers think about that. But y'all starting to see the right way. Because your parents, one woman said she voted for Donald Trump. Her sister and her grandmama won't even talk to her. I just burst out laughing. Your nana won't talk to you. Your sister won't talk to you because they're women. Women understand women. And you just took away their rights as well as your own. One woman said, well, I'm going to vote for Trump because, I had a hysterectomy. That don't mean nothing. And y'all talking about y'all want to protect y'all Obamacare. Guess what? Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act is the same thing, jackass. Now you don't have no health care. So when your ass is bleeding out or you having an asthma attack, what this motherfucker in the White House gonna do? He gonna say you got a concept of a plan. Do you believe that either party cares? The Democratic Party, one thing I know that my party has done is gotten people out of remember the pandemic and how he downplayed it and how he told us, oh, you need to go inject yourself with bleach and put a light through your skin. This clown also said, can you nuke a hurricane? You want to know what's going to happen to FEMA and the National Weather Service as well, too? Gone. All of the institutions that help save us, gone. So the Democrats was trying to put more money in your pocket. Trump's is going to, he's going to clean you out. Because that's tax cuts for him and Elon Musk. And anybody who's like them. Many people just talked and complained without doing their homework and research. And Taylor Swift said it best, do your research on each candidate. She wasn't lying. Do your research. Research Project 2025. It is not a good plan. And even down here in my state, Jim Clyburn said that this is Jim Crow 2.0. You want to eliminate the Department of Education. You want to pull Black history out of schools because we see y'all banning Maya Angelou books, Toni Morrison books, and Richard Wright books in Florida. And it won't stop there. Next is queer history. They're erasing that up. They're categorizing it as pornography, which I can't find the equation to when it's just talking about queer history. That's all. But this is what y'all wanted. This is what y'all voted for. So unfortunately, we all have to suffer. Black people, we're going to be all right because we're going to make it. We're going to find a way to make it. We're going to crunch every penny. Some people are going abroad. But this is what y'all voted for. And y'all are now starting to fuck around. And y'all found it. Oh, he's just talking. He just exaggerates things. No. Rule number one in fighting an autocracy or surviving an autocracy is believe the authoritarian leader. So when this man said it's going to be mass deportations on day one, believe him. When he says that it's going to be 20% tax tariffs, believe him. So these last 4 years, a preview of what the Dems can do. Don't believe that they did a good job. Well, I'm critical of that as well, too. There are some things that our party has done that I'm not proud of, and I've been critical. Like today, I've critiqued Joe Biden. Like, we don't shake hands with fascists. You don't want Miss Stevie to be president, because maybe if I was president, I'd be one of the pettiest bitches you know. Let me tell you something. If they asked me to go in there and meet with this man in the Oval Office, I would not shake his hand. I would do this. I would size him up like, okay. This is war. And unfortunately, his party, he's going to do something to tick them off, and they're not going to disagree with it. Black people, like he told the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. This ain't our fight. Stand back. We did our part. We did our march November 5th. We understood the assignment. Black men, women, queer people, and Jewish people. I think that we're trying to assure I can't read that part, to shave a smooth transition. Well, we all know that man don't care. Not at all. And this is the thing with me, because I said this earlier. I said that this man shook hands with the devil. And there's no taking this vote back. There's no control alt delete. None whatsoever. So you can't get mad at black people for how we feel right now, because this is a choice that y'all made, not us. And, and yes, marketing king, that's another thing I touched on too, was 15 million progressives decided to stay home instead of get out and vote. And if they would have gotten up, she would have won. She would have won by a landslide. But obviously, some people think that it wasn't important. Now it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's all a matter of how do we go forward? How do we go forward? That's the question. Ooh, excuse me. You're in the infrastructure and it's not going to let a woman be president. Misogyny. And that's unfortunate. Misogyny and racism. These are some of the same obstacles that Shirley Chisholm had to face when she was running for president. Oh yes, for sure. I was a lot of people were on board when when Biden dropped out. We were like, he better give her this nomination. He better not pick nobody. He better pick her. And we were all tapped in. Yeah, the country is obviously divided. Just when we thought we were moving forward, it's divided. And I think what also gave Donald Trump a win was, you've got podcasts like Joe Rogan, you got Andrew Tate, you got all of these podcasts out here, Alex Jones of the world. These young white men are taking this stuff in and they believe the stuff that they say. And that is dangerous because they have so much rage built up inside them. It was a set up to wait until we change it to two-party system. And that's another thing a lot of people are talking about. Yeah, for years it's always been that way. And then you have independent and libertarian, and they barely win any elections. They're saying that if she would have done Rogan, she would have had it. But he turned it down. He turned it down. I mean, she went at Fox News. She went at Fox News with Brett Baer and owned him and gathered him right there and said, no, no, no. This is not the clip right here. She went into the belly of the beast on Fox News. It was Joe Rogan that turned it down. Yeah, libertarian, and green, they barely win. They barely win. And I think that would have been a stupid choice because that would have been a vote for Trump also too. Trump, Cornel West, and Jill Stein, they're all connected. For anybody who is pro-Palestine, pro-Gaza, we can sit up here and point fingers and blame maybe she should have did this, she should have this. Ooh, let me catch my breath, y'all. But my God. This is it as we know it. This is it as we know. Christian, your thoughts on everything. It's a lot.
I mean, I am not a particular, not as much of a believer in America myself. I think it's a company, and I think that we are on the business end of this company. And I think you gotta, in any situations you in, you gotta figure out the way to fight for what you believe in. I think the biggest problem was people latched on to one issue that life is tough and money is hard to come by. I think we got to go back to realize that people feel a certain way, and this country's always been designed a specific way, and this is a play out of that script. Like, if we really look at it like this, like I don't even think Donald Trump has the wherewithal or the nuance or the savvy to come up with the things that come out of his mouth. I think he stumbled into something, looked and was like, "Oh, this is working," and it's it's like a toddler teaching them one thing, and they just take over. And they say the same word over and over again, over again. And they find somebody to listen to, and then they start repeating the same thing, the same story over and over again. And it's cute for the first day, but the people who are listening to it don't realize that they're hearing the same thing over again, just delivered in a different message. And I don't think anybody's gonna really pick a toddler to run your household. I mean, I don't know. I I know my job as an artist is to continue to tell the truth and to do the work. So at this point, this is America. And I don't know that I'm surprised, but at the end of it, I think that at the end of the day, people got into a booth and realized that they didn't want to vote for somebody who didn't look like them at all. And like we said before, we spoke about this the last time I was out here about how many people base a lot of decisions on fear. And fear doesn't, you don't really think clearly out of fear. So fear allows you to be manipulated very easily. And then I think when you're in a situation to be manipulated, it's real easy for people to spin you in any direction. I mean, look, at the end of it, everybody seems to feel like apparently a lot of people seem to feel like there's a reason why things are wrong. Well, they got what they asked for. So what's going to happen at the end of it when you're in the same situation? You know, it's people who aren't informed
I
about
love
what's
what
going on
marketing just
about
said, which is
politics.
everybody needs to be getting involved locally.
Yeah,
Get involved locally. I know the person that I voted for locally down here, which is Justin Barber, he won. He's in House 92. And I did a post on that not too long ago. So get involved in your community, organizations. Those are things that we can do within our own community. And I love let me see, maybe Jasmine Crockett, sure. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't be ready for her. They wouldn't be ready for her. And that's another black woman. So we just seen what they
but
did to Kamala.
see that though is part of the issue. Though, I think why. I mean, I don't think I'm probably she wouldn't be able to run for president. But if we think about it like this was my biggest issue. When this came around, everybody was hearing about Trump for the last few years, and there wasn't nobody bright and young being introduced. Like, I remember when Obama came around, there was this brilliant speaker, and then everybody saw that, and it was like, oh, he had to be a black man, and that wow, that blew people's minds. I don't see whether someone like Jasmine Crockett is able to reach nationally. I think to put yourself into that race and to put yourself into the public conscious, into the national conscious, nothing bad can come out of that. I think we got to stop being afraid of being like, who's it? Is this person the right package? Because you're only gonna find one Obama. You know what I mean? Like there's only gonna be one biracial, perfectly spoken black man with a spotless history. You know what I mean? Like that. But that's gonna come along. It's going to come out here and there, but you got to come with the people who are going to have the ideas and going to take the reign and move us forward. Like, let's be real. Dr. King wasn't a perfect individual. Malcolm X wasn't a perfect individual. Shirley Chisholm was not perfect, but they stood for something and they were able to
Oh,
put themselves into a national race and put themselves into times where the danger level was so far beyond anything that we even have a concept of grasping. So to me, anybody that's willing to get out there and speak and put themselves into the mix, I'm willing to listen. I don't really care what I don't particularly care where they come from. what their education is. I want to hear what they have to say, and I think that is the biggest thing. I'm tired of hearing like this is the candidate for this because as we see, who is Donald Trump? Donald Trump is a con man. You understand what I'm saying? He's a real estate con man, but he managed to become president twice because the people who support him are willing to look past that very large detail because of what he says. So I think in the same way, somebody's coming along saying for the right of the people, I don't really give a shit. I don't care if they're in prison right now. I don't really care where they're coming from, what their path has led to. I want to know what they can propose to move us forward. I think we need to start as a people and as a country, as a human race, looking towards that shit instead of being like, okay, this person studied at this place and they did this, they were in charge of this and they were in charge of that. Okay, so they learn how to do things along a certain path. It's just like an athlete or a dancer, or once we got past where that person, that ballet dancer studied at, we realized that our lines are beautiful. Missy Copeland, you understand what I'm saying? Seeing someone like Denzel's path is irrelevant of what it took going through General Hospital. All of these things, we watch the brilliance now, and I think that should carry over to the people that lead us. That's why I'm not a particularly politically inclined person for that reason. There's a lot of times I feel like for somebody to be in the race and have a voice, they have to be a politician. And going back to school, you're like, are you just politicking? That's not a positive connotation to me. I want to hear people speak, hear people speak from the heart and speak the truth of how they're going to move us forward as a human race, as a country, instead of like, oh, these people are causing this. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear ideas. You know what I mean?
And I must say one thing. She's brought us together from both sides of the aisle. Trump wants to divide us and
Yeah.
split us. Politicians are car salesmen. And that's him. That's JD Vance. And we seen it on stage at the debate. You saw how fast he changed his stance on abortion. Then he
100%.
talking
But
about he
I
care
think what
about
they're
the
saying
future.
though
We
is
don't
like,
care nothing about no talking about he cares about I care about the future. Tim Walz asked him, did he lose the 2020 election? He's like, I care about the future. No, nobody, don't dance around the questions because y'all are good for doing that.
but I can't see the comment who said that, but I agree in the sense of politicians or car salesmen that they have a certain set of skills, and if we don't see that certain set of skills, then we disregard their message. There's so many brilliant people involved in politics that have been mayors and senators, but aren't politicians, and we cap their growth because of that fact, because they're not willing to sit here and be like, I want to, they're not selling us something. They're speaking the truth. And I think people a lot of times don't want to hear the truth because the truth is never convenient. The truth about this country and about our economics and why we're in this inflation is not convenient. It's compounded. The truth of I live in Los Angeles and there's a lot going on about the homeless issue. The truth about the homeless issue and the roots of fixing that and how to come up with a solution to benefit everybody, it's complicated. And people don't really want to have that conversation because it's not as simple as get them out of here or put them in this. And it's hard work and it's going to hurt people's pockets. It's going to hurt their pride. It's going to hurt their perception of society as a whole for us to fix anything. And that on both sides, I think people are a little hesitant to not be comfortable. Whether it be like that, we have too many people in this country that can't afford nothing. Can't afford to feed their kids. Can't afford to keep a roof over their head. Can't afford a car. Can't afford basic necessities. And we always have this is going to fix that. This program. We don't deal with the fact of why. How do we get to that? How do we get to this place that 1% of the population has all the wealth? Why is that? Why is it that as we're on here right now, and you deal mostly with artists, why is it that we as a group of people have to work so hard to be able to provide? You know what I mean? Like, why is it that entire industries are falling apart and people are not really even thinking about a solution? They just complaining about the fact that they're not making bread. I mean, why? That's where I'm at. It's like, why we got to figure out how are we gonna fix it. Because I got like like this, I got kids, and I want to make sure their world is better than my world. Just like I'm sure my parents did the same.
Exactly. And this man wants to dismantle Head Start, the Department of Education, all of these things that the next generation of children
But
need.
see, that's where it comes down to like people have a lot of people have a really hard ability to see things outside of their scope, outside of what affects them and what they are worried about and what colors their life. And so all these people, they don't care about that. They don't care about the fact of what, for how many millions of families, how difficult it would make so many parents to even know that their kids will be okay if you give it a Department of Education. How many daughters, like how many fathers that don't really want to care, their daughters are going to be inconvenienced by this. Like they don't, because people don't have an inclination to think that
It's so sad. It's sad, unfortunately. And even with JD Vance's response to the Georgia's, if you know, you know. I'm not gonna say the word, but his response was, "That's a fact of life." And then Trump also said, uh, "They need to get over." These are people's children that you're talking about, and they need to get over that.
it's also an extreme form of hypocrisy. Like we want to sit here and be like, we don't have the separation of church and state, but people are real quick to push. I'm not a religious person myself, so if that offend anybody, that's just my personal belief. But people want to push come at reproductive rights from a religious standpoint. That's your belief. That ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. That's your household. That's what you believe of you and yours. Now, either what are we doing? Like your forefathers made up something and you don't believe in it, or you want to sit here and celebrate them. Which one is it at the end of the day? But like I have, this is where I come from. Like which one is it? Are you a believer in the Constitution? And that Constitution says that church and state is separate, but you want to put prayer in the schools. You want to tell people that they can't perform this because of your religious belief. Which one is it? It can't be what you want to make it convenient, and that's what my beef is with all this stuff going on. You know what I mean?
The
Or
same here.
what are you afraid of? Like, what are you afraid of? You're afraid of somebody. What is it? What is your about reproductive rights or gender issues? Like, what is it? What are you really afraid of at the end of the day?
They're some of the biggest hypocrites, and I think SC Marketing King said it in the comments, or was it 718? They are some of the biggest hypocrites there is. Y'all want to go up there, and I seen the picture of y'all laying hands on this man like he's some kind of Christ, God gift. This man has wrote a Bible, the Make America Great Again Bible, and now you want to put that, the superintendent in what is it, Oklahoma, Ryan Walters, wants to put this in the schools. You want to replace the Constitution with the 10th Commandments when
Yeah,
half of
my kids,
y'all don't
my
follow
kids
the
not gonna
10th
do that.
Commandments.
Oh, do you know what? I didn't even see. That's my boy. D-Wise, he was
I said,
first.
Ladybug.
D-Wise
Hey, girl.
718. Oh, I gotta take a side note. That right there, one of the most talented actors. We did my first ever off-Broadway play together. D-Wise 718.
Welcome, Leon. Welcome, and SC Marketing. Yes, they're some of the biggest hypocrites there are because y'all want to put the 10 Commandments in the classroom. Yeah, what is one of the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not commit adultery. You cheated on your wife with a porn star
Wait, or
and
still.
multiple
I mean, like
other
like he
women.
he he stays on a daily basis. If you know.
Thou shalt not covet. So we want to talk about the 10 Commandments. One of them talks about gluttony. Trump is greedy as all get out. If it's not money and flattery, he don't want it. So at this point, in order to be in America and to fit in the Billionaires Boys Club, you have to be a white, straight male. And that's what y'all want America to look like. So that's what Project 2025 is. They say it's the conservative mandate for a blueprint or something. I can't remember what it was, but This is a guide for authoritarianism, white Christian nationalism. That's what it is. If we really want to be technical about
Oh, SC Marketing. What's up, my guy?
it. Yes, he's in here. Men have birth control rights as well. They just don't realize it. Really, DYs? They do? That's another thing. I'm glad you touched on that too. They want to ban people who sending these birth controls. They want to lock up people who want to send birth control out to women, who want to administer care to women. And Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is going to be in charge of our health care. Brainworm, the one who has the sex diary, the one who left the dead bear cub in the park, the one who left the decapitated whale or whatever the hell it was. Well, I mean, where do I begin? This cabinet is a clown car. Today, Matt Gaetz just got appointed as Attorney General, y'all. And you're going to see all sorts of wicky wacky characters come out of the woodworks in this clown car. Because the Heritage Foundation, did y'all notice that it is 20,000 in that LinkedIn account that he can pull and instantly add in his cabinet? So what needs to happen to start the shift? Black people start spending within our own communities. That's what we need to start doing more than ever. I mean, we've been doing it before, but make their pockets hurt. I'm not saying don't buy from them, but make their pockets hurt.
I,
Make them know it.
I think the next step of reason, I think we have all of these different industries, labor unions have been striking over these last 4 to 5 years. I think the next step is we have to support ourselves, like support within our communities. You know what I mean? Like I'll give you a perfect example. SC Marketing, I've known him from before I did my first ever play, and he's always supported it, and that's few and far between. I think, and myself as an artist, one of the hardest things of surviving in these industries or surviving in general in life is that you do it largely by yourself, and so people see proof. And so I think as a community, we gotta realize that we do it individually. And when we see somebody break through, it's a big deal and we celebrate that person, but we don't understand the steps to take care of and realize that it takes noticing, contributing, and participating to grow. And so if all of us, we all feel all of us feel abandoned and robbed and hurt and a lot of things because of the result. But I think we also need to feel like to see we're not appreciated in the way that I think we feel like we should be, obviously. So part of that is for appreciation. Appreciation goes two ways. Something when you have a piece of artwork, what it appreciates. So we have to start creating our own media, our own artwork to appreciate within our community. Because if we're going to be sitting here and be dependent on this government and this country to provide us with the tools and the shit that we need for ourselves and for our families and for our communities, then we're going to be waiting another 400 years. Like it's. I was just recently watching about. I can't even remember who it was, but they were talking about if you look at, I believe it was 200 years ago, black people were their point was 200 years ago, black people were forbidden to read. Within a 50-year period, that changed drastically. And for a short period of time, black literacy surpassed white literacy. But
Yeah.
as a result of that, different policies were put in place. So we've been in this place before, and this is black people, brown people, gay people. Like this is all people who are outside of the founding father, if you will, right? And we've been here before. So like now we should have the tools and we should have the wherewithal to realize like how are we gonna do it this time, as opposed to trying to just wait till it passes and say like, okay, we good, we can come out right now. I'm not really interested in doing that. Like I'm trying to do my best to make sure I find my way to, you know what I mean?
As an actor and as a creator, because I mean, with me being a hostess, both of us being artists in our own right, I love what SC Marketing just said, which is we black, brown, and need to stop being the number one consumer and become the manufacturers. Exactly.
I mean, he was one of that it's a SC Marketing is an amazing MC, and he's one of those people that when I was first starting out, inspired me to take the steps to put in the work and get better and grow at your craft, and then realize that when you grow at something, you a become better at it, but you become more comfortable in sharing that gift. So we have to. Everybody has a skill, right? Everybody has something in them. I try to with my kids, like I let it all out. And we have to, like we gonna have the Department of Education taken away. They're gonna start taking away these programs, and we gotta make sure we providing the fuel we have for our people, for our kids, for our nieces, nephews. I don't care if they're not even yours, they're not even related to you. The kids in your community, those people need you. I mean, it's hard enough to grow in life in general, but it's going to be harder because where we at right now. So I mean, I try to do my part to make sure I'm raising good contributors.
Ownership
You know what I mean?
is key. Absolutely. Absolutely. And with these banned books, I would say go ahead and rack up on everything that you need right now. All of your knowledge, go ahead and get it. Because
Absolutely.
when I seen that they banned Maya Angelou's books at, what was it, in Florida? And I
Hmm.
posted that story to my stories. You guys can go and check it out. Of the list of books that are banned: Richard Wright, Maya Angelou, and I think Toni Morrison. I'm like, that's Black literature.
Hmm.
We need to learn that we need to teach the next generation about how to produce and manufacture. Absolutely. It was a young lady on TikTok that said start investing in stock as well too. If they can do it, you can go ahead and do it. I'm not a what is it, a market shark. I don't know, but I'm giving you guys the gems and tools that can help you along the way as well too, to help better us. Because Black people, we are the key core spenders at these big corporations like Walmart and so many others. So hit them where it hurts, right in their pocket. I'd love to see. I'd pay anything to see Jeff Bezos cry at the stock of Amazon Prime going down. I'd give anything in the world. And I tell y'all this all the time. Eat the rich. What type of sauce do y'all want? Do y'all want barbecue sauce or ranch? And I prefer barbecue. I'm eating the rich. Read the room and eat the rich. He made it perfectly clear who he was backing. He's backing Donald Trump,
Hmm.
number one revenue driver in the world. But who makes the next Amazon? Right now, and he's doing an excellent job with making his own social media platform. I would say Isaac Hayes III. Because a lot of people starting to leave X, or what was Twitter. A lot of people are starting to leave X and they're going over there on over to fan base. Hit them where it hurts, y'all, in the pocket. We can do this, Black people. We can do this. Y'all didn't want to move forward in the country. We gonna make your pockets hurt. Because just like y'all spend money, we spend money too.
Exactly.
I can hell, I can stop going to Sephora. I mean, they didn't donate. They came out and they made a statement and they said we did not donate to Donald Trump. It was a woman who did a TikTok video calling out the brands that donated. Y'all, when it said Big Lots, I said, okay, now I gotta find another place. And Christmas is right around the corner too. Now I know where I can go shop at. Thank you, V Brown, actor singer. Yes, 700, y'all, 700. But Elon Musk was slick though. Why buy out Twitter when he could have made his platform now? Right. He is a slick one. He literally used his money and his power and helped Donald Trump buy America.
He has his bet. He
He's one
made
of
it
the
bet.
richest
He,
in
he,
the
he he
world.
made it bet.
Oligarch. Oligarch. You got Peter Thiel and you got Elon Musk. And it's others that are backing Dana White, Joe Rogan. Oh, they make lots of money. They're oligarchs. And they're backing their dictator. When it came out that he was announced as the president-elect, Putin and Netanyahu were rejoicing. But Putin was also playing in his face. We seen those photos, Putin. We seen you. And I loved every minute of it, too. We seen those photos of Melania. I loved it so much. It was so yummy. Because one thing he does not like is he does not like people standing up to him. He's a bully. He's a bully. And he's thinking that you're going to come in here and you're going to strong arm black people to make us bend the knee and bow down and kiss after you. We're not doing that. You can get Rob Smith to do that. You can get Byron Donalds to do that. And from my state of South Carolina, you can get Tim Scott to do that. Tim Scott said, I love this guy. I don't love this guy. We don't love this guy. And I talked about the first time when Christian was here the first time about how he staged that whole thing with his so-called wife, Beyonce, the beach photo. Tim, you ain't got nothing to prove. You got nothing to prove. Putin says he's ready for the new world order. Yeah, Putin gonna get him too. Just like he is their horse. Trump is their Trojan horse. And Putin is gonna turn on him too. I can feel it. So y'all just sit back. Black people, we just sit back and watch the circus. Because this is gonna be a circus. You got Christy Nome, the woman who shot her dog in your cabinet. The governor of North Dakota in your cabinet. You got Marco Rubio, who's for my Palestine pro-Gaza people who said they're not getting a ceasefire. When this woman sat on stage and called for a ceasefire, y'all kept showing up at her rallies protesting. She said her and Biden's working on it. Now you ain't never going to get it because Trump is embedded with Netanyahu. And Netanyahu is just as loony as Trump is. Crazy meets crazy. Exactly, V. Brown, actor, singer. Sit back and see what color is going to be on the walls. And I love every minute of it. Don't call black women. Don't call us. Don't call black men. They're not going to save you. Don't save them. This is our resistance. This is the Black People's Project 2025. Our Project 2025 is we not coming to y'all's rescue no more. Because y'all have shown us who y'all are. Y'all want to make America white again? Let's make America white again. Black people, we're going to be surviving and supporting each other's business and thriving over here. But y'all wanted this, so y'all vote for it. I mean, this woman literally crying because her sister and her nana won't talk to her no more. Brought me so much joy. So much joy, y'all. This is what happens when you vote against your own interests as well, too, which I told some of you not to do. Not my audience, but I'm talking about the other ones who were on the fence, who were undecided. We knew y'all wasn't undecided. Stop the cap right now. This is what happens. Now, like DY718 just said in the comments, y'all done F around, and now y'all gonna find out. We all gonna find out, unfortunately. But black people, we have means and ways of making things work because we don't have a choice. For years and decades, we've been told we have to make things work. Now, let's see what y'all gonna do. So as someone said in my comments, grab your popcorn. Yes, it's going to be an interesting movie. You got Kristi Noem in the cabinet. You got Matt Gaetz, who showed up to one of the hearings drunk, if I'm not mistaken. That's his new attorney general. Guess who else is going to be in the cabinet? Linda McMahon, WWE, Hulk Hogan, RFK Jr., Don and Eric. It's going to be a circus. And I want nosebleed seats. I'm going to be sitting right up there, way up, looking. Y'all have a good rest of your day, signing out from the East Coast. And I appreciate you, SC Marketing, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for enjoying the platform. Listen, I'm an unapologetic black woman. And I've always been for my people. Always been for my people. And I'm never going to stop speaking up for my people. A bunch of crooks. Yeah, And to the black MAGA supporters out here that are rejoicing, celebrating his win, we see y'all's TikTok videos. There was a guy literally that had on MAGA hat, sitting up there saying, MAGA don't want you. They don't want you. They don't want you, my love. They don't. You are not welcome to the billionaire white boys club. You're not. Yeah, I mean, sitting up there on the couch with the MAGA hat on, looking like Little Bill, y'all, like Little Bill. What is little red cap on? No, you're not welcome. And y'all are not exempt from the wrath and tyranny that this man is going to unleash on any person or persons of color. He still had Stockholm syndrome in that video. Right? He's just like, well, they don't want me. They don't want you in that party. Nah. I told y'all it's off with everybody's head today, right? And to the Republicans that sat back and did absolutely nothing, like a George W. Bush that sat back, said, "Oh, and Mitt Romney, you're not going to get an endorsement out of them. Let's see what they do now, because y'all are also on his enemies list as well too. You better believe it.
Mm.
This man has a whole enemies list of people he plans to go after. And this Susie Wiles lady, from what I heard, she ain't nothing to play with. They call her Ice Lady. That's word going around the curve here. So black people, sit this one out. That's all I'm gonna say. Sit this one out in resistance. Don't get yourself involved. Because Lord knows I'm not. I'm in my soft girl era. It's gonna be all things happiness and joy for me as I sit back. Now I'll keep you up to date on what's going on politically with the this administration that's gonna be coming in. If this administration is definitely gonna be wild. And you got Linda McMahon in the cabinet. I never thought in a million years that I would see WWE World Wrestling Federation, somebody in the Trump cabinet. But I'm not surprised because Undertaker and Kane endorsed him. Mick Foley rooted for Kamala Harris, wanted Kamala. Everybody wanted Kamala. We all wanted Kamala. But unfortunately, we got the bad end of the bargain. Got the bad end of the deal. This is not good at all. And this man, 4 years, he said he's not going to leave. So good luck with that. Black people sitting this one out. We not getting involved. No. Because y'all done effed around and y'all done found out for real. And they said it's going to be bloody deportations on day one. It's going to be this. You got Stephen Miller in the cabinet as well, too. A couple of the people that you can see from the Heritage Foundation is also going to be in that cabinet. So you're going to see all sorts of characters. But I'll keep y'all up to date as much as I can. But other than that, I'm going into my soft girl. It's time for me to start taking care of me. I got to put me first, Lucius. I got to put me first. To quote my girl Taraji P. Henson, Cookie Lions on Empire. I got to put me first. Yeah. A celebrity complained his poll was glitchy. And I'm not surprised. You got Dennis Quaid that endorsed him too. Hulk Hogan, of course. Sexy Red, who thought that Trump would be great. He really would do something. She switched her vote real quick. Did y'all see that? She voted for Kamala. And I don't blame her. She said something though that stood out. Sexy Red. She said something that women don't want nobody telling them what to do with their bodies. They don't at all. And now for the women that voted for him, if your daughter gets pregnant or something happens, they're going to be monitoring your daughter's pregnancy. That's not a fear tactic, y'all. That is real. So now they can instantly take a microscope and look, well, not figuratively speaking, but they literally want to look inside your bedrooms and your doctor's rooms, like Tim Walz said on stage. But yep, here we are. Once men find out someone take control of their body. Well, oh yeah, that's another thing, D Wise. I loved it because on a Call Her Daddy podcast, the girl asked her, do you think, can you think of any laws that would allow the government to govern the male body? And the guy was like, there's what did he say when she asked him that question? There's medical procedures. Yeah, we know there's medical procedures, but are there any policies that govern the male body? Like, are you on uterus watch? It's women's uteruses that have to be watched. It's women's pregnancies that now have to be monitored. Men don't have to worry about that. They can go out here and knock up 1,000 chicks and ain't nothing, and that's it. So they have the options to condoms. They have the options. Well, that's out the windows because that's considered a contraceptive. The only option left, well, that's gone too because your health care is gone. There's nothing. They want women to have more babies and stay home and cook. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. Not this chick right here. So tell them to get mandatory vasectomies now and watch them score. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'd love to see it. And I said this with Christian in our very first interview. I said if it was a woman telling a man what to do with their body, oh, they would just die. Oh, they would just die. If it was the other way around, if the shoe was on the other foot, oh, they would just die. But this is reality. Reality, the world, America is unfortunately surrounded in patriarchy. And that's what they believe. They go by the Bible. The Bible, their version, whatever, says that the woman should be subservient to the man. Well, this is a whole new generation of women. And these women have already stated clearly, if he can go and make his bread, I can go and make my bread as well too. It's not just going to be the woman staying home, taking care of the kids, washing the clothes, washing the dishes. We're not doing that no more. This is not this, what is it, the 1700s. That's where y'all want to take it back to, the Handmaid's Tale. And here we are, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, your 47th dictator, first ever in the United States of America. And that's all I've got. I said what I had to say. It's all out. I vented. And I feel better that I vented and I got it now. How do we move forward? As SC Marketing said, spend within your own. And Chef Ladybug also said it too. Spend within your own. Support Black-owned businesses within your community. And support Black filmmakers, Black actors. Christian is an award-winning actor, so there should be no reason why you should be going out here. And you need to go and check out his projects. You need to go and support him, and y'all support a Black woman. Y'all supporting me, so I appreciate all the love on my 700th episode, which is amazing. Y'all have been tuning in religiously, watching to see the fashions, to see the guests, to see everything, and I want to say thank y'all so much unconditionally for all the love and the support that y'all have given me tuning in. You're just out of curiosity. You're peeking in on your way in from work or picking the kids up from school, and I appreciate it. All the love that y'all give me. I'm gonna keep continuing to do this platform because there's got to be somebody out here on the front line speaking truth to power and not cowering in fear. Trump don't put no fear in me. That orange bastard. I mean, I was debating on whether or not I was gonna wear the orange dress or not, but every time I looked at it, I just got mad because I thought of it. That's how angry I was. I said I gotta pull it together for the show today. I can't let my anger and rage come out, but it had to come out. It had to, because that's how we all are feeling. And it's good to know that I'm not alone that people feel the same exact way. We wanted her to win, but unfortunately, that's not what God had in the universe for us. So this just sets us back. She said the fight is going to be a long one, but we're not going to give up. We're not. We got to fight for our kids' futures. I will. I guess I'm me and my mom are moms in a way because my brother gave us his toy poodle, so now I'm a mother. So now I have to make sure my baby is fed. But at the same time, listen, I want y'all all to be productive, be proactive out here on the front lines. Get involved in the community. And a lot of people saying, "Oh, my mom was telling me that somebody said they watched the show, family or friend that they watched the show and that I should get involved in running for office." Like I said, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm not such an innocent girl, but I can be petty at times. And if I was to run in office and I would be a president and a Trump supporter asked me to do something for him, I will be a petty bitch, no doubt. I, I really would. I really would. And Chris is a great guy, very amazing friend. Chef Ladybug, correct. Thank you, girl. Thank y'all so much. I vented, I got it out, and I feel much better, like a weight has been lifted off. Because for these past few days, it's been gloom. It's been gloomsome for all of us. It's like a dark cloud hit America that night that he was announced the president elect. And I know you all felt the same way that I felt. So we're gonna be all right. We are gonna be fine. It's brighter days ahead. The fight is just gonna take a little bit longer, and I know she's gonna be out here as well too. But guess what? One more thing before we conclude and wrap up. Um, the Republicans talking about they punishing Kamala Harris for what? Yes, she lost. We get it, but we see her out here smiling and spending time with her nieces, and she can make up to $1 million per speech anytime she goes to speak. So y'all are punishing her? I think not. The jokes are on you. Why you decided to elect a 34-time convicted felon as dictator, first ever in the United States of America. But this is what y'all wanted. Again, black people sit back. This is not our fight because America has clearly shown us who they are for. It's not for us. Narcissistic tactics. And he is a narcissist indeed. Like he got on stage bragging about his beautiful white skin. We don't bend the knee to dictators. And we're not about to start. So, how we going to move forward, fashion goes? How we going to move forward? We're going to rest and we're going to resist. And we're going to sit back and spend within our own communities. If we need to go to these stores that I mentioned, the Walmart or whatever, get what you get what you get. Now is the best time to get everything that you need before this man is sworn in January 20th. Because if you have family members who are on disability, SSI, or benefits, veteran benefits, any of that, they're going to be cut off. Now, some of us still might be fortunate to get health care, but some people, they might not get it. You'll have to pay out of pocket. But I'll keep y'all updated on how these MAGA supporters are out here crying because I love it so much. But Christian, final thoughts.
Whew. Uh, I mean, chaos is a ladder, I guess, right? You got to find a way to climb up.
Oh, Marcus. Hey, Marcus. M Head filmmaker. Make sure you guys please go and check out the Good Head podcast. Another black platform y'all need to be going out and check. If you love Miss Stevie, you'll love Marcus Head. Check him out. We got to support all the black businesses, all the podcasts. Michael Collier, T.S. Madison, and Craig, and everybody. All the black podcasts. Not the red pill
Absolutely.
space, but the good ones that keep us
No, but that's
educated.
the biggest thing. You gotta support. So hey, follow me. Check me out on IMDb. All the projects upcoming. I got a couple shows coming out this year, so Hope you enjoy.
Absolutely. And I'm going to leave you guys with a quote. And this quote talks about resting and resistance because these next 4 years, we're going to have to be in resistance and opposition. Prioritizing rest is important for overall well being and resilience. The book emphasizes the importance of rest in maintaining emotional, mental, and physical health, and how it can help individuals navigate life challenges with greater ease. So, in order for us to continue this resistance, we got to rest. Rest up, Black people. We did our job. We did our job and we did our march November 5th. We showed up and we showed out. Well, I did mine a little bit early. Me and my mom, we did our march October 21st at 8:30 a.m. EST. And we went to those polls first in line and we casted our vote for Madam Vice President Kamala Harris. We're all on the right side of history. And yeah, if you got to cut off some family members out of your life because they supporting this orange, I'm trying so hard for me to still wrap my head around. And then what DeMarcus asked me, he asked me, what did he say about being white? He bragged about his white skin on stage. That's, yeah, Donald, he's a narcissist for sure. A malignant narcissist at that. So it's a documentary called Unfit. It will explain exactly how dangerous this man is. And it hits all the red flags from George Conway to everybody telling you. I mean, when he was married to Ivana Trump, real quick before we wrap up, she said that they were married and they were in the midst of the divorce. He would keep Hitler's speeches on a nightstand in a book, and he would go back and he would listen to them. So that tells you something right there, a red flag right there. And of course, he abused Ivana as well too. Yeah, the Apprentice film is very accurate. That's all I'm gonna say. If y'all haven't seen the trailer, you need to go and check that out. But yeah, remember his first dance was My Way, Frank Sinatra. Yep. And how he stood on stage and swayed back and forth to Ave Maria. We knew that something was definite. So we could be here all day just going through all the stuff that he's been doing, from the Arlington Cemetery to the National Black Journalists Association. I mean, where do I stop? It's so many. We were glued to the news cycle to see what was going on. He dominated. And I feel as though the focus was barely focused on Kamala Harris and what she was trying to do. It was more so on him. So corporate media news outlets also are in his pockets because Donald Trump brings in the money. MSNBC, CNN, you see them becoming more and more right wing by the minute. That Scott Jennings, that damn Scott Jennings, he is pro-Trump. He is pro-Trump. That's all I've got to say. Start investing in independent journalism. Midas Touch Network is great. Danielle Moody, y'all think I'm unapologetic and black. Baby.
I've known Danielle.
Danielle ain't
I've known Danielle for a long time. I've known
she
Danielle
is
when she was before she started doing it. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely.
you talk about me,
Mm-hmm.
T.S. Madison, Jasmine Crockett, any unapologetic black woman, Ayanna Presley, Danielle, she tops.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need to be going to check her out as well too. If you
Yes,
love Style
absolutely.
by Stevie, you'll love her.
Yeah.
Mary Trump Media, she's on the Mary Trump Media. Yes, that's Donald Trump's niece, but Mary despises him. And she
Yeah.
had me rolling like she does his impersonations real good. So we need to be supporting independent journalists out here, Midas Touch Network, Ring of Fire, Farron Cousins, Jesse Dollimore, also Roland Martin as well too. You want to know stuff? Dr. Africana Carr, Black History Studies, more than ever. We need to be doing our history research. That's the
Absolutely.
thing some of us don't like to read. Get out here, get those banned books. When I saw Maya Angelou's name on that list, I was devastated because one of my favorites from her is I Know Why the Cage Birds Sing. We all know that.
My daughter's named after Maya Angelou, so yeah, that's hits home.
And if not her, if not that one, then Phenomenal Woman. For my ladies out there, that's another one. Toni Morrison, Love, Bluest Eye. We need to be picking up books like that. Zora Neale
Hmm.
Hurston is another unapologetic black woman. Their eyes were watching God. That's a powerful. Those are just a few suggestions. And then Keith Boykins, Why Does Everything Have to Be About Race? I had the pleasure of sitting down with Keith Boykin from CNN. So definitely go back and check that interview out. We were ahead of our time discussing Project 2025 and what could happen in the upcoming election season. So use that interview as a reference. But then again, until then, fashion dolls, I want you all to stay informed on what's going on, stay engaged in your communities, buy black, and again, sit back and rest. Now's the time we rest and we come back and we fortify more than ever. We know what needs to be done. So if that's the game America wants to play, we got you. We got y'all. To the 22% of black men that voted for Donald Trump, y'all gonna find out the hard way. But there ain't nothing we can do. There ain't nothing more we can do. But y'all gonna find out soon. And it's a song called I Don't Know Why the Leopard Would Eat My Face. Y'all about to find out why they call it the leopard. Pretty soon. And I'm gonna be sitting back gloating every minute. So without further ado, Christian, let everyone know where they can follow you and check you out.
On here, one Mr. Barber. I don't got an extra one. That's done. IMDb, Christian Barber. I just like I said, I have some projects coming out, so just stay on the lookout for that. Hopefully you enjoy it, and there will be more coming, and I ain't going nowhere, so get used to seeing me.
There you go, fashion dolls. And we will see y'all tomorrow with the non-bold. And make sure you guys tune in. 700. This is it, y'all. We did it. Thank y'all so much for y'all's love and support. And head on over and subscribe to Style by Stevie Daytime on YouTube so you can be informed on when there's more shows and interviews, everything. And also go and check out my community tab. Some stuff there as well, too. So make sure that you're staying informed, engaged in your community, and also be vigilant. Stay safe. I love y'all. Stay fierce, stay fabulous, and most importantly, stay styled by Stevie. Y'all take care.
All right.